Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here at Filecoin. This is a request from one of our community members, Nomad. Thank you very much for the request. Greatly appreciate it. And welcome aboard, of course. You're one of our newer members. Good to have you here. Obviously, we want to take a look at a few key factors. We do have some backend data here we can look at as well for this coin, such as liquidation data, of course, and kind of just get better perspective on what's going on. I just want to let you know, again, if you're new to the channel, I just love to teach people to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. If you do want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below where you can learn to essentially become a little more consistent. You know, I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? We got a lot of good community members in our group there, and we all try to learn and grow together. So it's a phenomenal experience. Also, be sure to check out our newest exchange that we're partnered with, Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange there, $5,500 in benefits await you if you use the link down below to register, of course, and make sure that you, if you just basically trade with this exchange, you get tons of rewards and tons of benefits. Really awesome there. Be sure to check that out. Link down below for that. Obviously, I got a Twitter, Telegram, and Discord too if you're interested, where I send playout charts for my analysis. So this is an interesting little back end here. This is a pretty heavy amounts of concentration for leverage. In other words, a lot of coins right now are kind of light, if you will. And this actually has some heavy concentrations. They're at about $5.50, or 5.55 is a round number, is the heaviest concentration level of positions available for shorts. In other words, shorts are hedged very heavy right there. We got a second most amount of shorts at about $5 even. And we kind of got a little bit of a spread here down below for longs at about 4.30 or lower. Okay? As you can see, most of these concentrations are just above most recent highs or lows. It's a really common place for liquidation level to occur. So if you just understand that these levels are targets for whales, then that kind of just makes it really simple. Okay, so it basically just implies that $5 could be a likely target based on the fact that there's a lot of liquidation there, and the whales know it, right? Because again, this is public data, this is things you can kind of find, and they certainly understand a good value when they see one. All right, so take a look at the daily. Let's go and work our way down. We can see we're MACD diverging here, so to speak. We're 3 days into a divergence. That doesn't necessarily mean too much because the price action could still continue higher. We are still honoring this ascending trend. And that's a very positive sign. Again, the trend is your friend. If you've heard that before, that's absolutely the way it goes. If we take a look at the RSI, we can see the price action is still within 50 and 70, that little sweet spot there. So we have more range of motion to go to lower. Keep that in mind. We could still go lower. But the truth is we're still considered to be bullish in the overall sense there, because anytime you're on the upper half of that section, you can kind of presume that the price action is doing well, okay? Which is the case still, right? Doesn't mean it can't drop, but it just implies that it probably shouldn't until these trend lines are broken. We got the RSI and stochastic, stochastic is swinging down here. We just got a convergence there as well, so we could be really close to our bottom here, which is a good sign. Now again, the daily stochastic doesn't really tell us as much. Let's switch over to the 4-hour. This is telling us we're kind of on our way down. So let me explain what I mean by that. We take a look here at the price action first of all. We can see that we have been trending downwards for the last 24 hours. We do have a MACD divergence on the horizon, almost essentially fully diverged. And then we also have the RSI under 50. So these are all notoriously bearish signs. We don't like to see those. Ultimately, though, the money flow index is higher than usual. So that's a very good sign, kind of letting us know that we have a little more buying pressure. And we are maintaining above the 100-day SMA and also running concurrent with this ascending trend as well, okay? So again, not dire straits, but not really all that fantastic either, okay? Now, according to Elliott Wave here, if this is the highest point here, basically we've established 2 higher highs and two higher lows. This being our second higher low, we are due for a potential higher point here, basically a higher high, okay? So that very well could be the case. Now, is it a guarantee? No. Is it going to happen right away? Maybe not, but maybe also, right? It's one of those things where you never truly know. The price could do a lot of different stuff before it hits that level. So just thinking about this as a straight line is not really ideal. But the truth is here that higher high would make a lot more sense here in the overall scenario, just based on the fact that we're still tentatively bullish on the daily time frame. We got a lot of liquidity here as well that could be swept too. That's another thing that's important to be mindful of. So again, liquidity levels are something we want to be aware of. And once again, we saw a high concentration at $5 and then $5.50. Okay, so again, these are the liquidation levels that we can see here in the back end that are kind of showing on the charts here with these identifications. So it does make sense for the price to continue higher because there's so much more liquidity upward than downward that the whales are kind of attracted to that. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. TD sequential tells us we could see another 5 hours of continuation of the downside before we come back up. If we take a look here at Fibonacci, we can kind of see that we are treading water above 0.236 on the Fibonacci. A lot of other coins are doing this. Solana, Avalanche, they're kind of hanging out right there, that lower range. It's not really a great place to be, truthfully. It could imply that the price can come down. We could even see a double bottom. That's a possibility. But right now it's still a little too early. But we should presume the price is going to continue lower until it doesn't. That's the best course of action in situations like this. Even though there is some nice little liquidity levels again at 550, we still can't assume that's going to be hit yet. I just think in time that will be swept eventually. Okay. For right now, let's go and take a quick look at the cloud here. This is kind of telling us that with our price action being within the cloud, it is not really a buy signal. And again, I get the question a lot, what's the cloud? What does this all mean? I have a video dedicated to explaining how this works and how to set it up. So by all means, check that out. Just search for it on my channel. But the truth here is that when we're in that cloud, it's one of those situations where we have to kind of hang out and not take a trade because it's a no buy zone. But if you can see here, the lagging span is free and clear, and the conversion line is below the baseline. Those are two bearish signs. Okay, so that kind of speaks to the overall sentiment right now. So to me, if the price action can maintain itself here sideways and up a little bit, then we'd probably be in better shape to be able to continue higher. Again, that would be establishing higher highs and higher lows, and that would be a positive sign. But right now, we can presume that lower lows are going to be consistent until they aren't. Okay, that's basically what we're looking at there. So what's going to happen next? No one truly knows. But at this point, there's general sentiment of price action continuing to go lower. If we can close at 470 or 480 or higher, I think today that'd be a solid start, because that would confirm we're not making lower lows specifically, right? We're still making higher lows in a sense. A lot of little things we want to pay attention to, but right now this is not really a good entry. I would wait for confirmation, so we'll make sure to cover this again here soon just to keep it on our radar. But I think long term, this coin definitely has a potential to retest this 550, 560 range for sure to sweep that liquidity. It's just a matter of when. We might have to see the price come down a little further first before that happens. Very last thing too, volume profile here is most averaged out. The average true range is about 485 for this coin, and with us being below that level, that provides it as a resistance, and it's just something to be mindful of. Okay. So again, we're still more so on the wrong side of the tracks here. I hope this was beneficial. Thank you again so much. You could do me a favor by liking the video, commenting below. Let me know what kind of position you have on this coin. Love to hear it. Thanks again for the request, Nomad. Greatly appreciate it. And whomever isn't part of this phenomenal exchange, be sure to check it out. Really good rewards available for this exchange if you use my link. And we're going to have trading competitions coming up here very soon once we get enough members, and we're already halfway there. So awesome stuff. All right, thanks again. No KYC, no VPN. Check them out. They're really cool. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. See you soon.